Aside from Darth Vader or perhaps Luke Skywalker, Han Solo is the most iconic character in the entire Star Wars saga, and by proxy, Harrison Ford has become one of the most illustrious actors in all of Hollywood. But by no means did he enjoy or become all that attached to the roles that made him a household name. In fact, Ford campaigned multiple times for the death of Han Solo, hence his confinement to a carbonite coffin in The Empire Strikes Back, and the eventual demise in The Force Awakens. Oh yeah, spoiler alert. So does this mean he has very little involvement with the upcoming anthology movie Solo: A Star Wars Story? Or does Harrison have some kind of covert role we're all unaware of? Well my friends, let's find out. When it comes to speaking one's mind, Harrison Ford is something of an expert. In saying that, however, he's not totally against the idea of trolling Star Wars fans. So when interviewed back in 2016 regarding his involvement with the Han Solo standalone movie, we should have all probably taken his response with a massive mound of salt. I'm sure whoever is responsible for that film, and I'm not, will think through the issues and problems of doing such a thing. Let's make them responsible for those questions you might think to ask me about the Han Solo movie, because I'm not involved. You see, Harrison has become far more integral in the development of Solo: A Star Wars Story than he initially intended. Not only has he read and approved the script, but he's also spoke with director Ron Howard about the character's tough upbringing and how he constantly seeks a sense of belonging. Harrison's a very thoughtful actor and an artist, and I wanted to know what he learned about the character. He said that Han is always torn between that sense that he was, in a way, an orphan, and therefore both yearned for connection with people and struggled with it at the same time. I thought that was pretty interesting. And despite flat out denying he would ever do so, Ford has since advised Alden Ehrenreich on the do's and don'ts of the classic character, at least according to Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy. Yes, everyone's favourite. What Ford did so beautifully for Alden was he talked a lot about what he remembered when he first read Star Wars, and what George had done with Han, who the character was, and the conversations he had for so many years with George about how that character developed. He gave Alden that kind of insight which was invaluable. There were several times in the course of making the movie where Alden would actually recount some of the things that Harrison had pointed out. I think that was really helpful to him. So there we have it, Harrison Ford's exact involvement with Solo: A Star Wars Story, as well as his advice to the smuggler himself, Alden Ehrenreich. But now it's time to hear from you. In an ideal world, who would you have cast in the role of young Han Solo? Personally, I'd just build a time machine and recast Harrison Ford. Seems easy to do, right? Anyway, if you learned something new from today's video, be sure to leave a like. And if you want to help out the channel, please consider donating to the Patreon page, it would really mean a lot. For weekly content on all things Han Solo, of course, press that subscribe button and notification bell to keep it locked here to the Can Croissants.